Alright, we are back. So, uh, today we are going to be working on this again. I was only gone for about 2 hours, I believe so. Um, so we're just gonna get straight into it. We aren't gonna spend any time, wasted. I do plan on releasing the video, for, like, logic tutorial and stuff like that soon. Whenever I have time to record that. I have been trying to work on this project more than I've been trying to work on any videos, which is the reason that I haven't worked on any videos. So I'm hoping to start working on videos more often, because I really have been like slacking on those, where it's been more just doing like lives, than actually doing anything with videos or anything, which is I've been getting pretty good views and stuff, uh, compared to typical like this, but still, regardless, I do want to do some stuff with real videos because I have had a pretty good streak of well-performing videos on this game. So I want to try and get some more well-performing videos out, work on my thumbnail creations, all the stuff like that. Um, but for right now, I've just been working on live streaming and hopefully doing more of live streaming, just so that I can get more of a feel for YouTube content creation, figure out what people will watch, because of course nobody wants to watch just someone doing something like this. It's a very small, um, small and like annoying task. So even I wouldn't watch myself doing this, right? Like realistically, there's no reason to really like watch this live stream because it's not even like a fun part of the live stream or the build, where I'm just setting up these T flip-flops. So I'm not even like making things work right now. I mean like I am making things work, but as of right now, it's like the most boring streams or parts of streams where it's just putting down wires and making sure that they work correctly. And I haven't even been doing that. I have been just like hoping that they work correctly when I actually try them out. So it will be a lot different when I actually have to make sure that they work correctly because at a point I will need to make sure that this stuff is not broken. Um, so that's something that I'm looking forward to. Um, which it'll basically just be like testing out the full system after it's done, because this is not a really crazy build, I would not say. It's probably easier than the vending machine, honestly. For the vending machine, I had to do a lot of bug fixing and everything. For this, it's not so pressing to have a bug, and I can just probably fix it very, very easily, add a small system, or I might have to, like, move a T flip-flop or something, which would be very, very unfortunate to have to, like, move something that I've been working on for this long, but it's fine. I definitely should get that logic explanation video out at some point. I've been trying to have the motivation to go ahead and like grab the materials, make the thumbnail, do stuff like that. Because obviously it's kind of hard to keep motivation for something like this, especially when it's such like a tedious thing to do. Like get materials, stuff like that. It gets very, very annoying, tedious, whatever you want to call it. Um, so I've been having troubles like wanting to do it at all. But I do have most of the materials on this plot, so I'll probably like get to work on that at some point, like soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Depends on how long I can make this stream last. I'm hoping to make it about 2.5 hours, which is about Well, actually, more of a 2-hour stream. I don't really have as much time as I did when I was planning on starting it. I had 2.5 hours when I planned on starting it, and now I only have 2 hours. So I want this to be a 2-hour stream. But if it can't be, then that's fine. Um, and I might start work on the video. It kind of depends. Um, if I decide that I don't want to continue streaming for the day. I probably will continue streaming, just because there's not really any point in not streaming, like really, uh, because it's not like I'm going to, get that complete video out today, probably not, so we'll probably try and get it out sometime tomorrow, kind of hopeful thinking, wishful thinking, but it might just happen, so. Or section too short. And look at that, so easy, right? Alright, there we go. That is one of these T flip-flops set up, and of course it's very, very simple to get these ones set up. It's really only a trouble getting the first one set up, and then the second one is just like super duper easy. It's not hard at all. There we go. Got it perfect. We're gonna try and convince it to get further away. Alright, I did not even mean to come down here. Alrighty. Alright. That is our second T flip-flop down, and as I said, it's very, very simple. I do like how I made it more, like, compact. It doesn't go above the stud limit, which is just, like, one stud tall. I don't have to, like, accommodate for it being taller than one stud anymore, with the, wires, of course, getting in the way a little bit, because wires will be wires. So now with this, it is, I don't know, it's nice to look back on it and see that it's a lot more, like, organized than typical. So, it just makes me feel better about it. But I do believe this is the third T flip-flop that we're gonna have done, which is a pretty significant amount, because I mean, like, it takes a while to do these things, and if I check, I don't think the stream's really been on for that long. I think it's been on for like maybe like 10 minutes or so. 8.5. Yeah, so it's been on for 8.5 minutes, and we've got 3 T flip-flops done, which is good time, honestly. Like we did have these set up beforehand, and there was preparation for this. But for the most part, it's pretty good time for this. Because it typically takes way longer to like finish off a T flip-flop. It might just be like the way that I'm starting to do them now, with obviously this this setup, where we go ahead and we just like do it like this. We put it through the slot, real like I guess you'd call it a slot. We just put it through there, and I mean, like, it works well. It doesn't have me go over anything. It's good. Or maybe it's just talking getting me all like fast with doing it, because I definitely have been like talking a lot more in my live streams now, which, like, realistically, I won't be able to talk more when I'm doing like actual like tasks, I suppose, where it does get like harder to keep focused while I'm talking. Um, but for something like this, it's very, very, very like easy to keep track of exactly what I'm doing. Um, because it's not even like a hard task even. It's like one of the most simple things about logic is just like filling stuff in, doing T flip-flops. It's like the part where you'll see most people just get like angry at it because it's so like tedious. So it's probably where most people will actually like quit. Um, is they'll just get fed up with doing the same thing over and over. At least I think that might be what it is. Of course, I have never like quit logic. I did do a small bit of it back when I first met Patrick about a year ago. But I ended up just like not doing it. I didn't like it. Obviously now I'm a lot more like into logic. Like we have two T flip flops left. We've just done 6 of them. So I mean, I enjoy logic a lot more now. Than I did back then when I first met Patrick. Um, where now I've been trying to make more creative stuff. I've been, of course, the vending machine, and then now this, and it's definitely I did flashing lights for Patrick, which is one of the easier things to do with Logic, and I didn't even do it like the optimized way, when I did it for Patrick. So, he even ended up removing them, which was unfortunate, but I don't know, it's fine. Alright, mic's been off for a while. Didn't really mean that. Didn't really mean to do that. So, let's see here. Stream's been going for a little while. Let me go ahead. Go to, normal YouTube. Alright, let's go ahead and go to my channel. Check out my live stream. Alright, just making sure that no one's chatted. Alrighty. Now we're just gonna go ahead. Alrighty. Looking good. So now the goal is to activate all of these buttons really quickly. And this should have brought all of the signals over to the other side. Oh, yep. Okay, looks good. Looks like it works perfectly fine. All the T flip-flops are okay over here. I don't know how I messed up and put an AND gate in there, dude. I guess there must have been an AND gate in the truck, and then in the OR gate truck, and that just caused catastrophic issues for me, because I don't check the gates after they're placed down. I think that it's typically going to be perfectly fine, but it looks like this time I was wrong. Let's see here. Open that up, turn it gold. And we're just going to manually move this stuff over, and then we're going to then we're just going to test it really quickly afterwards. Alrighty. And now what we want to look for is we want to look for everything being over on the right side. And then we will, once again, turn the signals over. Okay, those last three were unnecessary. Alright, all the signals are on the right side. So, let's just go ahead and let's press every single one of the buttons again, including the ones that don't matter. Just because pressing random buttons is fun. Alrighty. Now, we can see that everything has shifted over. And we can tell by nothing being directly next to one another. Right. So it was only a one-time mistake. I was having to make sure because I did not want that to happen. Now, what we need to happen is we need to start locking signals. Where now, we need to put an OR gate in front of everything that like actually matters. Like we need to lock 1 when there is a function, and then, or well, actually, we need to lock 1 when there is 1. Then we need to lock 2 when there's no function, unlock 2 when there is a function, lock 3 basically always until you have the second function. So let's just go ahead and set up some locking stuff. What we need to do is we need to do some math really quickly, right? So, let's figure out how many times the first number will need to be locked, right? So, whenever there is 1, so Okay, so we actually need to figure out how many things that these things are going to lock. Which now num1 should lock function when opposite. So we need to say, all right, it'll lock itself when positive and lock function, and it'll lock function when opposite or when negative. 1p, comma 1n. Alrighty. Now number 2. So what will number 2 lock? Number 2 will lock itself, so we can put that in, and number 2 will also lock function 2 when negative. So num2, 1p, 1n, and then number 3 should lock itself. And then it should lock itself, and then for the other ones, it should lock nothing else. All right. So 1p for num3. Function 1 should lock 2 and itself. So 1p, 1n. And then same with function 2. Now we also need to account for these numbers over here with the things, right? So function, or number 3 should also have a second positive. So just cross that off. 2 positive, right? So whenever number 3 is active, you can send out a positive signal to tell it to read what you put in. Now, we also have, let's see here. Oh, so we also have, running out of words here. Okay. So we also have to make sure that there is at least num1 on for subtracting one number from it. So what we can do is we can okay, so we need num1 needs to have another positive 2p, and then we also need to have OR gates from these to turn something in specific off, which means that for confirm x and x1, so for confirm, it'll turn everything off, which means that we do need to have, let's see here, 24, 35 positive, and then we also need for x to have 35 positive, and then we need for x1 to also have 35 positive, and that is OR gates. So if we add all this up, we need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, We need 106 OR gates. Whoa. Oh. I didn't even think about that. That's like outputting into stuff. So actually, for num1, it goes into 9 numbers and then 4 functions. So num1 is actually going into 9 numbers, and then for negative, it's going into 4 functions, right? And then num2, 9, and then 4. And then for num3, we also need 9. Alright, and then for function, we need 4 to lock, and then we need 9 negative. Okay, so now if we actually, definitely, add this up, let me open up a calculator. 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4. I don't know. Okay, let's clear this really quick, because I think that I did something wrong. What is it, Jesus Christ? 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4. Alright. 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4 plus 1. Okay, 26. Then we need to add 9. Then we need to add 4. Then we need to add 9. Then we need to add 4. Then we need to add 9. Then we need to add 105. Okay. That's 166. Alrighty. Now, that should be all of the OR gates that we need, and also a lot of OR gates that we need. Doesn't even correlate to the amount of wires that we need. We need double those wires at the very least. Oh, I hate not having one-way wires. Alright, well, let's get to mindlessly placing. I don't really know how I'm gonna do this, right? We're kind of cramped on space. So I'm thinking that we just go for it, really. We have, like, no choice here, honestly. This is OR gates. No, that's not OR gates. That's XOR gates. Okay, then. That was very kind of them. I'm not even gonna clean that up. Actually, yes, I need to. I did need to clean it up. I don't know what data size this plot is. You know, we're still data 4. That's good, that's good. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and let's clear up some room up here so that we can, like, maneuver this around a little bit. I know that we aren't going to be using XOR gates for at least a little while. I doubt that I'm going to find a good use for them that'll actually, like, make me use them today. Because I don't know, you never really see XOR gates used in anything, like, ever, really. I don't know, XOR gates just don't get any love. They're sad. Alrighty. Let's just go ahead and... Well, I think that I'm going to just, like, put them in a line. So... We're gonna give it about 2 sets of space. Or, that's 3. Yeah, okay. 2 sets of space. And then we're also gonna put a stud in between each of them. So we need 4 negative on num1, And the good thing about this um, is that these will apply to when any of the num1 are activated, which means that simply all we have to do is put them all through one uh, one ore a piece, right? Um, so they'll all go through one ore. Um, right. They all just go through one one ore, which will then send them into the signal for these ones. It'll just like set it up to be the right signal. Okay, so now we have 8 of these placed down, and then the 4 will be whenever any of these are actually on. So we do need to place just one more of these. Now, whenever any of those are on, it will send a signal out to it will send a signal out to tell something to lock. So whenever this is not active, it'll send a signal out to the 4 functions and tell them to lock. Which also means that we do need to get our OR gate over here as well, just to bridge the gap here, because there is, of course, the thing with that, which I think that we're just gonna like wire this system up before we do anything else. So it's kind of tedious. We just have to, I think it's like 18 wires and then a couple more afterwards to fix up the rest of the system. Thankfully, these aren't like actual gates, they're just one-way signals, basically. Because OR gates, they're weird. You don't really, like, need them, I would not say. They can turn 2 signals into 1, which you can really, like, do just, like, with a wire. I don't know, they're kind of weird. But they're basically only for, like, telling something to only, go one way. That's basically all they're useful for, because I used to use 2 NOT gates for it. But this is, like, realistically a better option. Which is why I'm using it right now instead of 2 NOT gates, because all of this is basically one-way signals. Alright, so we see that all of these in the line are getting turned on. Pause. And then we're just going to keep going down the line, placing all of these, because obviously it's not satiated just like that. We also have to set it up like this. I didn't really like think about that. I didn't even think about how many more OR gates we would actually be using than what I said, because we do have to have them all go into this, and then unfortunate, but we'll just do whatever it takes to get this logic done. So that's all that really matters, you know? Because otherwise this could, if I didn't have these one-way signals, it would permanently turn all of them off if even one of them was off. So the one-way signals are very, very important, just to make sure that all of your signals will stay the way that they're supposed to be instead of being permanently locked into the off, like, variant setting, whatever you want to call it. And then this will just say, instead of telling it that it can't have, instead of telling it that it can't have any signals sent through it, it will permanently lock it to off until all of these are turned off, which is just a better system to protect yourself from like someone turning something on, and then it completely removes the need for a system to check if something is on and then if something else is off. So it helps out a little bit. Okay, now that's all that done. Now we can send out this signal into this guy right over here. And then the way that we actually need to do this is a little bit uh, worse. It's a little bit annoying. We actually need to bring this signal round to every single one of them individually, because otherwise they'll get activated when things aren't supposed to be activated and all that good stuff. So this is what we need to like work with. But as we can see, almost done with this, and then all we have to do is bring the signals over. Right, there we go. Um, let's go ahead and let's wire these up, right? So we need to bring a wire from each and every one of these over to their correlating thing to turn off, which we can just go ahead and bring this. It is going to get very, very annoying. This is going to be very, very, like, annoying to, like, set up the logic for this now. Actually, that's not how I wanted it to be. Alrighty. Now, we need to bring this over, hopefully. Just, like, hopefully. Never mind. Alright, we do need to, get them all like this, which is unfortunate that we actually have to, like, limit ourselves and use a third wire per, but I mean, like, it's fine. It's not a big issue. Um, Alrighty. Now all we have to do is we have to tell it that function 1 cannot be on, right? So all we have to do is we have to tell it, okay, let's see here. So this is number. We don't want number. Now we can see function 1 right here, right? Now all we have to do is we have to tell it, go right into here and permanently turn this sucker off, right? Now, this can no longer be turned on unless number 1 is on, or one of the numbers are on. Oh, I see. It'll detect if any of them are off and lock this. What we should be doing is checking if at least one of them are on. Um, It should be telling us if one is on, then don't turn them off. I think it's like a simple fix. We can just use two NOT gates for this, I suppose. Where it will be Alright, this is what we'll do. We'll take that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alrighty. Let's grab this NOT gate. Okay. Now, we're just gonna set this up, like, very, very simply. We just need to tell it that these can't be on if, Alrighty. So now, all we need to do is grab a signal, send it into right there, And then now we need to grab this signal, send it right over into here. Alrighty. Now we do need to hook this up. Alrighty. Now we need to grab this fellow and bring him up over to here. And then just bring him right over to there. And then he should turn on the entire line. Alright. Now what we want to do is we want to, we want, extra OR gates at every single one of, or well, not extra OR gates, just OR gates in general at, every single one of the ons. So if it is on, it'll prevent it from turning on. So if even one of them is on, it won't lock it. Which we could have done just like a normal person would. But we don't do that here. So, you know. Okay, realistically, all we have to do is... Oh. We wired a lot of stuff for absolutely no reason, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. So this is basically telling it that lock it. This was just like a 9 OR gate into 1 NOT gate thing. Right? Well, actually, like, not actually. But we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna disassemble this. We're taking this stuff away. And then now we have to reconstruct this, like, correctly, I suppose you could say. Alrighty. Now that we actually, like, took apart most of this, Alright, I think that what I'm gonna do is with all these spare wires, we're actually gonna, like, hook them up to, their things. So, I feel like that's the only, like, reasonable thing to do here. Wire too long. Alright then. I see how it is. Let's just go ahead and bring it up over to here. And then just bring it up and over to right there. Okay. Tons of extra wires, so we don't really have to worry about anything going bad. Alrighty. Now we can see all of these. They're getting turned up on. And this is locking the function, so it won't be able to be turned on. Or, well, actually, it isn't quite locking it yet. We haven't gotten to that part quite yet. Because they're all just being turned on by it. Because obviously we made a mistake. We had to disassemble some stuff. Yeah, disassemble some stuff. We had to move stuff around. So now we do have all of these. And we're just gonna move this stuff like this. Now, simply all we have to do, grab all of these stupid wires, make sure that they're not in the way. Next, they don't even need OR gates for this one at all. It's just, well, we do have a lot more not OR gates, like prepared right over here. So we are going to be using them. But like realistically, we didn't need them. And we're only going to actually put one stud of space. Just like, because there's no need for any more space, realistically. This amount of space just like fits perfectly fine, realistically. Okay, now that that's done, simply all we have to do is connect the signal from these into a NOT gate, which just goes into here, right? Now, we can go ahead, put this NOT gate over there, grab this wire, and now this will permanently activate this until, like, basically said otherwise, realistically. Now, if I were to move this, whatever. We're just going to connect all these together, which is actually kind of helpful, because realistically, now we can also use this strip for other stuff that we want to do, like locking the numbers themselves, which basically means that we're just going to be locking all of the numbers if even a single one of these are on, which we can just like set that up then. So what we're just going to do is we're going to connect these all, and if a single one of them are on, then it will tell the rest of them that they can't turn on. So we'll also implement a checking mechanism to tell if two are on, and if two are on, then it'll flush the system. Alright. Now, we're just going to take these black signals, and we're just going to hook them up to the corresponding OR gate. Check the chat. Still nothing in the chat. Just making sure. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and bring this over. Alrighty. Now, this basically tells us, if any of these are on, then don't actually lock this, right? So of course I can't actually like demonstrate it because there is no like setup for any of this other stuff right now. So it will mess things up. Um, I mean, like what I can do is I could have one of these do their thing, right? And then now that's no longer on because one of them is on. But normally it'll all go on, and that will unlock it if one of them is on. So that's basically all it is. We do have to do this twice more, and we also have to set it up where we can do that right now, actually, where we take it's probably going to be pretty long, so we're just gonna keep this going realistically. Um, Alrighty, and all we need to do is we need to create a path of 9 OR gates, right? So it's just going to be 9 OR gates, just like perfectly in a row, and these OR gates, that's 4, 5, alright, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty, there we go. But it's just gonna go through all these, and then this will turn off the numbers. It will lock the numbers through 1. So if any of these are on, it will start to lock. This is naturally locked, or is it naturally locked? If one of these are on, it turns this off. And turning that off will unlock it. Oh, yeah. No, that's okay. But it just goes through here. If one of them's on, it will lock the rest. Alright, but now all we have to do is we need to, I mean, we've got the basic setup already done, so what we can basically just do is we can grab this, bring it up to here, and that's first one done. Easy stuff for real. Alright, what we actually need to do is we need to grab the signal from this right here. We also need to grab a signal from this, because we can just like grab from the next one in the line and it'll work just fine. We're just gonna make sure that we're not grabbing from the output, as that would definitely cause some issues, because this is supposed to be a one-way signal in the first place. Doing that would just, it would cancel out the one-way signal thing. Oh, wouldn't want to do that, you know? Just said not to do it. Now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this, and then we can actually test this, maybe, because I do want to set up all of the locking before I actually, like, get to, like, doing that. I want to set up all the locking so that you can't, like, activate 2 and 3, while while function 1 is off. So there are a couple things that I still do need to, like, finish up before I decide to actually test this, which will probably mean testing still can't be done until like late tomorrow, probably. Um, but this is nine of these, so it just detects if any of these numbers are on, and if a number is on, then it locks it. Which we will actually do by locking the signal back here. We're actually going to be using this because if we lock it off, then we'll actually turn the one that is on off, which is going to cause massive issues. This is going to get really, really annoying. I'm probably going to be placing like three or four wires by the end of this line, honestly. And that's going to get real annoying real fast, honestly. It's actually like really annoying already doing this. Um, Alrighty. Now what we can do... Alrighty. Definitely them like way shorter, dude. That's unfortunate. Um, Alrighty. Um, Looks like some sort of weird instrument for real. Um, but let's just go ahead. Um, let's see here. Alright, I think that we're gonna have to start going over the blue wire, like sitting on the blue wires in a second here. It's gonna get like really, really, really annoying with that. At least I think so. Alright, yeah, no, the last one is going to be on them, and then it's worse even, because I think I could set it up differently, just because, I suppose, but that's close enough, I suppose. Ah, I suppose that we could... It's just kind of weird to do that, honestly. So I feel like we aren't going to. Alright, that locks number 1 if any number is on. Now let's bring a wire over for number 2. Alright. Then we can bring one over for 3. This is already getting like too much, dude. It's gonna get Real bad. Real bad. I'm like foreseeing actual problems with how slow this is going to be in the future.
That's so true. That's so
Hmm. Well, we've got three down, and then we need a third wire for each. This is gonna cause so many problems for me, man. Alright, there we go. That is, what, 5? That's 5. And then we need 4 more. We're just a little bit over halfway through. Um, no way I'm already getting, like, wire too long. And I'm not even. 5, and I already have to put in a 4th wire, man. This is gonna get really annoying. There we go.
You're such a freak.
Set that up. Alrighty. This right over here. That end there. Um, it's good to not just be working on 2 flip-flops anymore. A lot more diversity in my work right now. I don't know if I'm actually like really happy about that or not. Working on so much more stuff, having to understand it, plan it out. Especially with how this is individually locking every single thing. Very, very annoying to individually lock it and. Mm. Oh. Alright, well this one's gonna take 3 wires. And it's just not, like, I think that was like 4 or 5 that we ended on over there. But this one is a lot closer. Alrighty. Now, if one, um, one of these are on, then it will lock it and tell it that it can't turn any of them on anymore. Alright. There could have been some other ways to set up this system, but it was just like not worth it to spend that much time doing this logic for this. There was another way that I could have done it, which would have added for more like versatility. Okay, so that's I have to do that 2 more times, plus 1 more time for the function. I don't know. Might just end stream for tonight. How long have we been streaming? An hour and 15 minutes. I don't know if I want to end the stream then. It's kind of early. Yeah, I think that we're ending stream today. And we'll just get back to, working on this, like, sometime, tomorrow. And we'll start doing the repetitive tasks, like locking everything. Because that's, like, more of the, just, like, setting up features in the calculator than actually doing the calculator itself. Because this is a more advanced calculator. But that's all. Just gonna end the stream.